Hello and welcome to another old base video. We've seen a lot of stuff, a lot of really not good things, and occasionally a couple good things on this series over the year or so that we've been having it here. But we have reached the end at this point. I have run out of bases due to a lot of them being really blurry and stuff. There were about 50 of these, and like maybe 20 of those were too blurry to really do anything with, and then maybe the other ones you saw videos of, and then there were a couple ones that actually are so new but still ridiculously old that they're actually some of the first videos on this channel, so I'll link those two videos in the description so you can go check those out. But basically we have made it to the end of my old base catalog. 2013 was the only year that I really had any of these in that haven't been up on this channel, and even then one of them still made it onto this channel. And then 2014 there was the biggest base yet, which is of another video on my channel that you can go watch, which was the biggest base that I had made personally at that time, so it's not like the biggest base anyone had ever seen or anything, so maybe a slightly misleading title there, but nonetheless. Basically we have reached the end of the series, so I thought that for the kind of final episode, the finale, the send-off if you will, it would be interesting to revisit kind of the same scale and such as those videos, but you know, in the future with my newer building techniques and such things. So this is what we're going to be taking a look at today. This is a separatist base. As you can see here, there are some separatists. We'll start out on the outside. Here you can see the base. There it is. It's behind some trees and there's some grass everywhere. There's also some of these rocks occasionally you can see as well. And there's three of those. There's one right there, and then there's one kind of back there behind the tree next to the curved wall. Two tall trees, and then you've got your clones coming in. Most of them are just running, but then you also have two on ATRTs. And these ATRTs, if you want to know how to make these, I have a video that I will link in the description where I will show you how to make this and two other ATRT variants of this same kind of scale. Credit to this one goes to Mask Builder, who is also, his stuff is linked in that video as well, for doing most of the heavy lifting for this particular design. So go check that out if you're interested. Otherwise though, you can just see the clones running in through the grass to get to those battle droids, some of whom are up there just kind of shooting back at them, as you can see. Some of them have fallen down, and then there's also some stuff going on this side as well. There's more clones engaging some battle droids, and at this point you can kind of see the front of the base, and there's a Corporate Alliance tank droid coming out of there as well. And in addition to the large front door, there's kind of a side door right there that you can see. There's like a panel so that the droids can get in. But more or less, and that's mostly the outside of the base. You can kind of see back here on the roof, there's a little hatch, and that leads into the base, and then there's little door up here to get into another room. But for the most part, communications array, pretty standard stuff going on over here. And as far as that door goes, we'll take a look at the front door in a second, but there are three of these in the base. There's obviously this one, and there's one connecting the control room, which is under here, to the kind of main sort of hangar area, and then there's obviously that one on the outside there. Identically, they are all pretty much the same. That's what identical means, but functionally they're identical. So these are pretty much just the standard old base style doors. You just slide it with your finger, and you can get into wherever it is, slide it closed. Pretty simple stuff. So that's that. We'll take a look at the rest of the control center and stuff in a bit. But first things first, I think we should take a look at the door. So as you can see, there's the door. It is just a plate kind of thing that goes into this kind of rack here. There's the Corporate Alliance tank droid, and there's some supers following it out. And there's also a fuel tank and a droid charging station right there that you can see, and that connects to the control room. It is very dark, but so yes, door time. So put the camera on the tripod. There you go. You can see the door. We can even zoom in. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. It's almost like I planned this out. And we'll take a look at the door mechanism itself in a second, but I just want to show the door functioning. So we'll lower the door down just a little bit, as you can see right there. There is a little bit of kind of lag just due to how the mechanism works. This is not like the ideal kind of mechanism I'd have for something like this, but you know, it's functional. And then I for some reason I chose to build this on like an odd number of studs, so it's just kind of weird But as you can see, the door closes down like that, and you can see some separatist kind of decorations and colorations on there. And if you want to open the door, it's pretty much just as simple as just the opposite of closing it. Door is pulled back up through here. Pretty much, that's it. Yeah, there we go. So it is not an ideal mechanism by any means, but it is a functional one, so that's really all that I care about. But there's also some other mechanisms that we should probably take a look at as well. Moving on first to the roof, and I'm going to pull you guys off the tripod. So the roof up here you might have seen, obviously there's the door to get into here as well. But also if we go in here, there's a hangar bay for ships, and then this is kind of like a ground vehicle area. And you might be wondering, you know, how something like this would even get out of here, and that's where the roof comes in. You can see there's a little kind of anti-ship cannon up here. Not really too much going on as far as that goes, but if you want to get the ship out of here, very simply, this roof just opens up like so, and that'll also allow a lot more light into here so that we can see everything better. So then your ship would just take off and kind of just fly away and stuff. And then there's these kind of transparent orange cheese slopes, and those are kind of theoretically supposed to be like lights, so that when the ships are coming in at night, they can see where they're supposed to go. And yeah, again, not necessarily an ideal mechanism here. Okay, we're just going to forget about that. That didn't happen. Very old base of me to break the base during the video. So you can also kind of see back here, I'm just going to pull the rest of this kind of thing off just so we don't lose it. And there's the door mechanism. Pretty simple. You just have a gear and then a chain that attaches to the door, and it winds around that, and then there's some friction being applied by that gear as well. So yeah, hangar bay. Now that this post is gone, we can see things a lot better. You can kind of see some fuel tanks just around, and you can see the pilot is refueling the shuttle. There's also some crates back there, and then there's 2 security battle droids just kind of guarding it, waiting for whatever is supposed to happen. And really, quite simply, that is pretty much all that there is there. You can see some lime green kind of tiles there, and there's bricks in the snot technique in the floor as well. Just kind of to tell the droids not to run into that because it's a door. So next I need to actually take this roof off. You can see also there's some ladders and stuff there. I guess we'll do this first. So if you want to, for some reason, remove access to this room, this ladder can actually be pulled upwards and outwards, and I don't know how this is going to work with a battle droid on it. Yeah, so battle droid's going to like take everything out, but we'll do that after, I guess. And then you kind of have this little hatch thing. And if I wouldn't break it during the middle of showing it off, I guess you can all see now how it works now. Did I seriously break this piece? Oh my goodness. This is like the best old base video ever. Probably one of the best bases, but one of the worst videos. But basically what this does is it just kind of comes forward and just kind of covers that. You can take the ladder out and it works. So yeah, taking the roof off, it's quite simple. And you can kind of see in here the control center, very nice control center. You've got kind of your hologram table. Nute Gunray is here for some reason. He's brought his own warrior along. And him and the commander are planning something out. And then you've got droids on panels, kind of just making sure the base is smooth and operational and running and such. Some more crates, and then a little gun rack for those droids working there. You can kind of see as well into the hangar area. So here's how the thing would fold up. You just kind of bring it out like that, and it works. Not really too much else there. And that's actually all the base. So yeah, I'm sorry it broke during this video. I mean, it's usually not supposed to do that. And I'm probably going to have to go find all kinds of pieces after this to put this thing back together. But yeah, it wouldn't be an old base video if something didn't go horribly wrong, so I guess it is what it is. So I could totally put everything back together and just film this whole thing again, but I don't feel like it, so we're just not going to do that. But this has been the last video in the old base series. And the reason why I chose the scale that I did was because most of those bases, except for like probably the last one you saw, are all done on one 48x48 gray base plate, which is what this one is built on. So yeah, that's that. I thought it would be fun just to kind of revisit this old scale just for one more time, just to kind of send off the old base series, I guess. And you know, I actually had quite a lot of fun doing this, so maybe we'll do another one of these sometime in the future, but not necessarily an old base, just kind of a small base. But, you know, it's fun, it's nice, it was a pretty good time to build this thing and to do this video. Obviously it would have been a better time if everything didn't fall apart, but it is what it is. So, yeah, that has been it for the old base. I'm filming this a couple weeks probably before you'll see this, because we just recently hit 400 subscribers at the time of filming this, so thank you guys so much for that. It'll probably be a while before you see this, and that will probably have been true for a bit. But for the 400 subscriber special, I don't really want a bunch of my parts taken up in here, so I'm going to be taking this down probably over the next couple days, if not just in one day, depending on what my school workload looks like and other things I need to do. But that has been it for the old base series. This is the last of the old bases, even though technically it's a new one, whatever. But that's the last of these. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the series. I've definitely enjoyed looking at and making fun of a lot of the horrible things we've seen here, a lot of crimes against humanity, and LEGO mock makers and LEGO Star Wars base enthusiasts have been in this series. But hopefully, besides this all falling apart, this will make up for some of those horrors that we have seen in this. So, not going to keep you guys any longer. That's it for this video. Feel free to check out the rest of the series if you haven't. And yeah, more Star Wars content, more other content will be coming out on the channel probably sometime soon. So, that's it. Thanks very so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.